What's up YouTube? It's your boy Lowpes. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the suspension on the fit. We're doing Ktuned K1. Look who's finally back after all this time.
I'm back, man. I was hibernating, man.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
winter time.
And now we're ready for work, no?
Yeah.
It's our first time doing suspension on the fit, so you're gonna come along with us. We're gonna show you how to do it. And we got camber bolts, new upper like strut mount stuff, wheels. We got stuff. So here it is. I want to give a big thank you to Ktuned. They hooked it up and I'm super excited to try these. Let's open it up and see what it's all about. Here we go. We are locked and loaded in here. Looks like a Fiesta. So we got our keys to adjust and then our dampening tools. We're gonna put that aside. And then
Wow,
this is very nice.
wow. That's nice.
Here's everything that comes in the box. These are the two front. These are the rear. They come with a separate spring. We'll show you guys what that does afterwards. And then you have 4 dial adjustments and then 2 keys. How do you think it's gonna go? Pre-game talks.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not worried.
Does he
I
look,
was a little worried, but
does he look different by any chance at all? Because like he got married. Hey, everyone in the chat, in the comments, congratulate Alex. He's a married man. Sorry, ladies and gents. Your shot's gone.
Taken, man.
Bye-bye. What we're gonna do is
Classic.
we're gonna take 2 of the little rubbers off. We're gonna pop the wipers off because we have to tackle the coilovers and the struts, and they're behind this guy right here. So you're gonna loosen them up. They are 14 millimeters, quite easy. Make sure you don't lose any of these because you're definitely gonna need it. The whole car's shifting. There you go. Now you're gonna just pop them straight up, and hopefully it's not like my EP3 Type R and never came off. Remember that?
Oh fuck.
Buddy, that was brutal.
Money.
Oh my god, he broke it.
I broke it.
So now we're gonna pop that off. And then on the passenger side, you're just literally gonna pull out.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I just pulled it straight up and just bang.
That's what I did.
All right. So I may or may have not put my elbow through Alex's S3 cal. I thought German was made better. Oh look, this is all loose. I think we've may be lucky where the last owner probably took this out already. So pretty much this whole thing just unclipped super easily for us. I'm sure this has been removed once or twice before. And underneath here, you're actually going to see you are connected to the washer fluid. So what you're gonna do is right over here at this T-joint, you're just gonna pull it off. Sometimes it's a little hard to pull off, so bang, there you go. You see that bolt right over there? That is what we have to do to tackle these coilovers. So it's gonna be fun. This side's actually not too bad. This side is pretty easy. It's just that side. And what we're gonna need to do is, I believe we put an Allen key at the top.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so, hey bud, we're gonna have fun. So we have our Allen key in there, and then I'm not gonna loosen it just yet, but I just wanna show you guys. And then we're going to put the 17, if we can fit it, like that, like this, and one person's gonna hold this, the other person's gonna loosen this, and then it's gonna basically remove the top bolt and break it. So we're not gonna do the driver's side first. We'll do the passenger side since we have that jacked up. Now we're here with the original suspension. We took the wheel off. You're gonna have your brake lines connected, and then you're gonna have the end links here. These end links usually do break off, especially if you live in Canada and like places like us where you get a lot of salt and stuff. We hope it's not gonna break, but we have a feeling it just might. As predicted, that did round off, so we're gonna have to grind this bad boy off. This is like, I don't know how many times this has happened to us, so we're used to it by now. But it's a pain in the ass. So Alex is now loosening the brake lines pretty much. It's just the one 12 mil holding the brake lines in. And then, yeah, we're gonna break the bolts at the bottom here, which look like they're anywhere between 17s and 19s. We'll confirm afterwards. Now, we're gonna do the fun part and do some grinding. Now we're gonna use a 19 mil to release the tube. Now we gotta basically hammer them out, and he's gonna put the nut back on just backwards, and we're gonna use a hammer and just kind of hit them out. We have everything loose here. Pretty much this is ready to drop. Now what we're gonna do is tackle the bolt up here, and then once this is loose, the whole thing should drop. Be super careful when you're doing this. These things are razor sharp if you do slip and hit them with your fingers. We're gonna share gloves. Hey man, watch that pinky. I can't even see what I'm doing. Here they are, side by side. What a difference. One thing you're gonna have to utilize from the OEM one is going to be a few of the rubber upper bushings. But what I did is I went ahead and purchased brand new ones. If I'm gonna put on new suspension, I might as well put on new bushings.
We don't need this because Ktuned already
Supplies it.
supplies that.
Fantastic. So we just need these two bushings. So you can use your OEM one, but I'd rather put new ones.
So this goes like this,
And then
and then this guy
on the
goes
top.
on the very top, and then this slides in,
Yeah,
and that's it.
perfect. There we go.
Bob's
So,
your uncle.
Bob is my uncle.
And this is for OEM stuff.
So here is the part number that I used. You can use a KYB and not the Jelly brand, which I tried getting, and Monroe was what they had in stock, so I went with this. You can use your OEM one too, but the OEM one is beat and has a lot of kilometers on it. But here we go, check it out. Super exciting. We're gonna do all the adjusting and everything afterwards. Right now we're just gonna mount everything up and see the way it sits. The nut size has increased from a 17 mil to a 19 mil, and Alex is just kind of tightening it up a little bit. They give you a lock nut, which is nice also, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to get this in and see how it feels. The only thing that I won't have in the front is a stabilizer or a sway bar. That's operational until we fix that. Some of the sizes changed. Now the Allen key is a number 5 and the nut is a 19. To tighten this up, you're actually going to loosen it, which is a little mind blasting, but that's how it goes. So we're gonna bring this pretty much all the way to the top, put the two main bolts underneath, and we're gonna put the camber bolt also. Here is the camber bolt. If you guys are wondering, this is the part number 81260. It's the first time I'm actually using camber bolts, so we're gonna try figuring it out. I don't think it's too hard. It's all based off the lobe, and I'll show you guys what I mean. The camber bolt, it is a lobe style camber bolt. What's gonna happen is you can see that lobe there. What you're gonna do is you can basically use this to add about 1.5 degrees in camber. So I've marked the side with the biggest side of the lobe. So the biggest side of the lobe is going to go towards the outside of the car. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna give us about 1.5 degrees of camber. I'm definitely probably gonna be rubbing with the wheel setup that we have, but we'll have to, you know, make minor adjustments afterwards for sure. And the things with these Honda Fits, you can't really camber them too much. Some people actually use 2 camber bolts and add around 3 degrees of camber, but I'm gonna try 1.5 degrees first, and then if I need it in the future, I can definitely buy another one. When is the last time you saw Frade and Alex and my Crocs all in one place? Jesus.
2 Saturdays ago in Hamilton.
God damn, this looks good. I don't have enough space to show you it. We're definitely going to probably go a little lower. As you can see, we're about 2 finger gap, maybe just a finger lower. We'll see once we have everything on, and we'll adjust afterwards. One front side is done, and now we're going to tackle the other front. I'm not going to record this. It's the exact same process as we just did on that side, so I will fill you guys back in once the wheel's on so you can check it out, and then we're going to do the rear. Right, Frade? Front is done. So we adjusted the driver's side 10 mil lower, and then we're gonna have to adjust the passenger side. Now we're gonna do the rear. I'm gonna show you how this is done, and yeah, we're half done. I'm excited. Unfortunately, it's raining outside, so we won't be able to like truly test the suspension, but we'll definitely go for a drive and see how it feels. The good thing about the rear, it's literally 1 bolt at the bottom, 1 bolt up top, as you guys can see. Super easy, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put this in. All right, now, so it's super dark back here, but what we're gonna do is literally pop this off here, and then we're gonna have one on this side over here, and we're gonna pop this out too. You have a little groove there. If you have trim removal tool, that is the best thing, and it just pops right up like that, and then we can access the top of the strut. Once again, it's going to be a Allen key with a nut style, so we're gonna remove that. Of course, with our luck, the bolt is completely seized inside. It will not remove. We have an extractor bay, we've done heat, we've done everything. So now, unfortunately, we're gonna have to grind the bolt out. With our luck, this is what happens. Usually, This is something that would be super easy to do. Literally one bolt at the top, one bolt at the bottom. But this is taking the most time, of course. We had to cut the bolt out, and now we've removed the OEM spring. All you really have to do is just honestly just pry it down. And now this is the new Ktuned one that I'm gonna give to Alex. This is super easy. They give you the grommet and everything that you need. So Mr. Alex, there you go. You have to use the OEM rubber, and mine's a little beat, but the top one, the top seems great. This is easy, simple install. It's been a hell of a... I want to show you guys something. Look what Alex did to my grandpa's hammer. Look what he did to my grandpa's hammer. So now we're going to use a jack to jack up the...
I'm trying to not hit your bony ass knees.
Shut up. This is your Ktuned suspension. You're going to take the OEM rubbers, and what's going to happen is you're going to have another washer, and not here, that's in my hand currently, and then this is going to go down like that. You're going to put this through the body of the car, and then afterwards what's going to happen at the top of the strut tower, this is going to sandwich in, washer, and then lock nuts. Just want to show you guys the order. It's a little dark out, so it's a little tough to show you in the car, but that's pretty much the order where you're gonna have to put it in. All right guys, as you can see, this side is done, and with our luck, finally a little bit, the bolt came out absolutely, well, a lot easier now. Afterwards, what you're gonna do is tighten this guy down. We're going to do this side now, and we're gonna finish up, and I'll show you the fit. The suspension is done and it's looking absolutely amazing. We are pretty much a finger gap all around. I left the rear a tiny bit higher just in case I need to put anything with weight in the rear. Right now our alignment is insanely off, so I'm not trying to rip this car around. I was going to give you guys a review of the suspension, but I want to get dialed in and then get alignment done, and then we'll take it and drive it hard and see what's really about. Right now I have the stiffness all around to max -1. My recommendations is never max out either way, left or right. Always basically go off by 1. That helps the suspension and doesn't really like put as much strain on it. Don't know how true that is, but I was told by a few mechanics, so I'll listen to them. The car looks amazing. Let's turn around and let's take a look at it. Check it out. It looks absolutely amazing. What do you guys think? If we come back here, you can see the driver's side is a tad lower than the rear, and I did that purposely just so in case I do want to load anything in the rear, I have a little more room to do so. I still want this car to be somewhat functional, especially if we put a bunch of tires and stuff. I don't want to be rubbing everywhere. I'll show you guys the other side. This is the other side. As you guys can see, front is a little lower than the rear, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is my mud flap went missing, and I enjoy how the mud flaps look. I know this car is a little rough, guys, but with time and love and money, this car would definitely look a lot better. But this is some of the progress, and what do you guys think? I did notice I rubbed a tiny bit in the front, but I am going to add some camber to the front. So I do have 1 camber bolt in the front. I may add another to add a bit of camber. And Ktuned K1s are absolutely amazing. I want to thank them again for hooking me up with it. But what do you guys think? Oh, it looks so much better. It doesn't look like a minivan anymore. It's kind of getting lower. The bumper is going to get changed out soon. We have the sport bumper and new headlights coming, and I think that's going to really change up the look on this car. But I am so excited and so happy. I just want to say thank you so much for Alex and Freight coming by. You guys are the best. It definitely made the process a little easier. If you guys are wondering, I did buy new stabilizer links for the front, so those are replaced. the camber bolts are all put in and everything, I may add a second camber bolt at the top to add a little more camber to the front. After I go tracking, kind of get this car dialed and feel it out, I may add some caster with some modifications. I was talking to a buddy of mine, Kyle, and we're going through ideas of how we can add caster with modifying certain things on the car, maybe bushings or something along those lines. So for now, we're just going to keep it pretty basic. Once the alignment's done, we'll do a review on the car, and we'll make it, honestly, a good one. We'll whip the car around and see what she can do. Aside from that, I am so happy with how the fit sits. I am so happy with the Falcon tires. If you guys are wondering, once again, they're Cozy K1s 15x7 plus 38 4x100, and then the Falcons are 205 50 15 RT660s. One other thing I do need to get is hub rings, which I didn't have a chance to go get. So hub rings, alignment, then after that we're going to look into some sway bars and some brakes and get this car going. I kind of want to do the HNSI seats in the car. I kind of want something that hugs me a little better, but still comfortable for everyday driving, because it's still a daily. So we're going to keep that fine line of daily car and track car, and I'm going to try riding that fine line. So part of me wants to go full race car right away, but I got to settle myself down. But we may do some Willwoods on the car to upgrade the braking. I know these brakes aren't too bad if you do a brake pad and a rotor, but I kind of want to do it anyways. I'm rambling on. If you guys enjoyed the fit content, smash that like button. If you guys want to support your boy, streetlegacy.ca, grab some merch. If you're noticing, I am wearing a Lowpes sweater. Any Lowpes apparel is discontinued. There's a few things left on the site at a discounted rate, so grab them before they are gone forever. Street Legacy stuff is coming. Thanks again for watching, guys. Peace out. Do it once, do it right. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Later.